his back. It was as big as a refrigerator. "That's a jetpack," said Jack. "I've seen pictures of future astronauts flying with those things. It's like a mini spaceship, right?" The moon man didn't answer. "I don't think he can hear us," said Annie. "He's not hooked up to our radio." "Oh, right," said Jack. "I'll write him a message." "Good idea," said Annie. Jack pulled out his notebook and pencil. He wrote, "We're Jack and Annie. We've come in peace from America. Who are you?" Jack handed the notebook and his pencil to the moon man. They looked tiny in his big hands. The moon man looked down at the message. He looked at the tiny pencil. Then he turned the notebook over. Jack and Annie watched as the moon man put the pencil to the paper. He was writing something very carefully. Finally, he gave the notebook back to Jack. Jack and Annie stared at the marks. "Stars," said Annie. "He drew stars." "Maybe it's a space map," said Jack. "Space map," said Annie. "Hey, Jack, map starts with M." "Oh, wow," said Jack. "This must be the fourth M thing." "Let's ask him what his map means," said Annie. She turned around. "We'll never know now," she said. "Why?" Jack looked up from the map. "That's why." Annie pointed. The moon man was flying over the mountains. "Thanks," Annie cried. Chapter 8. One Star to Another. "Who was that guy?" said Jack. "What does his map mean?" "I don't know," said Annie. "But let's see if it works." Jack took a deep breath. "Yeah, we better hurry back. I think I'm running out of air. It feels harder to breathe." "For me too," said Annie. "Go slow. Don't breathe too much," said Jack. He and Annie took long floating steps toward the moon base. Jack held his breath as if he were underwater. By the time they got to the white dome, he was ready to burst. Annie pushed a button beside the huge door. It slid open. They hurried into the airlock. The door closed behind them, and the door to the hallway opened. Jack opened the visor of his helmet. He took a long, deep breath and let it out. "Ah, let's get out of these suits," said Annie. "Good idea." Jack was dying to free his arms and legs. As they moved clumsily into the spacesuit storeroom, Jack felt heavy again. He and Annie unlocked each other's helmets, gloves, and boots, and pulled everything off. Then they stepped out of their bulky suits. "Whew," Jack said. He took off his glasses and rubbed his eyes. It was great to be free, even if he no longer felt as light as a feather. "Hurry, Peanut's waiting," said Annie. She led the way down the steps to the bright landing chamber. "Yay," she said softly. Jack was relieved to see the treehouse still there. Soon they'd be heading home. He couldn't wait. Jack and Annie crawled through the treehouse window. "We're back, Peanut," said Annie. "Squeak!" Peanut ran to the letter M. "We missed you," said Annie. She patted the mouse's head. "We met a moon man." "Sorry, Peanut, but you have to move."